Yeah, we're good. Hold on, let me start it. Yo, what's up, y'all? This your stop it. Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Raw coming at you raw. I'm here with my boy Fresh as well as my big brother Fonz. I'm gonna put the link to their channels in the description. Fresh, say something.
What's going on, everybody? PrinceThaGamer, we back. Welcome back. This is episode what? Success.
Hold on, I get to that. I get to that. Fonz, say something. Oh, it's good. It's good. But yeah, though. Yeah, man, for real. The Sandman really hit us, though. But look, dog, we're gonna do episode 6S. This is gonna be the S-Series of Gaming Talk. Episode 7 will come, but episode 6S, I want to put this out to start this series off, and it's really gonna be a real chill type of podcast, you know. It's gonna be us playing a game, so a lot of, hey, Fresh, do this, Dad, do that, while we're talking about subjects. And the 3 subjects off the bat is give Broforce a try, Hitman ideals, and Phil Spencer is an OG. Now, there's not really a topic of the show in the S series of Gaming Talk, but you know, please drop a like if you're here. If we could get this video to a whopping 2 likes, I would just be so thankful. And also subscribe for gaming news from console to PC, tablets and phones, all that jazz. Let's start the thing off, Fresh. Let's start it off with try Broforce.
Yeah, give Broforce a try. I thought it was trash. You know, I was a little upset that you know, it won vote to play, you know, for the month of March, since they brought it back. Yeah, Broforce is one of them games that you really should pick up. Do not underestimate that game. It blows my mind the things that they're doing with that game. Like, I didn't even know they even had a game like that. I don't know if it just came out or like they've been out for years. I don't know, but all I know is I should have been playing this game, like, you know, for a long time ago. But yeah, everybody, definitely, it's free right now on Plus, and if you got a PlayStation 4, check it out, definitely.
Yeah, let me say this about Broforce, because me, Fonz, and Fresh played it. Like Fresh said, it's definitely a game that you'll sleep on if you're not careful. I just killed myself. Look at this dude swinging. We're gonna get to Uncharted 4 commentary, but dude, fresh big booty in the way, dog. But okay, look, yo, bro. Oh, me and Fresh Fonz played that thing, and we enjoyed the mess out of it. Fonz, tell the people. Did you suspect or expected Broforce to be that fun? Because look, for the people who don't know, it's a 2D side scroller with so much detail, so much attention to detail that is crazy. It's free for Plus members right now, so if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you got no excuse. Go get that game right now. Download it, enjoy it. The game is awesome. Fonz, did you expect it to be like that though? Like, did you expect it to be? Because Fonz was one of those skeptical people who was like, nah, man, nah. He played it and we had a blast. Fonz, did you think it was gonna be that good? Right. And for context, Fonz is a gamer. He's true to the GE and gamer, OG actually. But I want you guys just to take that context that, you know. Dang, I died again. That, you know, he's coming from this angle differently than most people, because he's from that era where these OG games were popping, and you know, you cats who didn't really play those arcade stuff, you know, y'all can't relate. Because Fresh, do we still have arcades here? Like in America, like I haven't seen one in so long.
If you go to if you go to, like, you know, places, you know, like the beach and stuff like that, if you got like a beach near your area, or some type of, beach like with stores, Yeah, bowling. Yeah, right. There you go.
Like a bad
And
habit.
they'll still have that, that old type of arcade. And they got some new arcades. They got that. They got arcades like Fast and Furious and stuff like that for different movies, Terminator movies. So they still got that's still around.
All
That
right.
game's still here. Yeah, it's good. But I'm a beast at this game, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, let me go get to that. But
Uncharted, add me as a friend.
let me say this. Going back to the whole Broforce, try it out. It's amazing, and I hope gamers that normally wouldn't play a game like that, an arcade 2D side scroller, will give it a try. Because look, the PS4 is a console of many colors, you know what I mean? We could play AAA games that look as good as Uncharted 4, and you could play small indie games and 2D side scrollers that are as... Did you say less indie?
No, 8-bit.
8-bit. Yeah, I guess that's what the category is, mostly 8-bit instead of 2D. But it's still 2D. But yeah, write in the comment section below, letting us know. Have you already played Broforce? Do you know the benefits of it? The game is good.
Yeah, the game is fantastic. Free right now. Definitely, it's only free for this month, so I definitely will pick it up. It's worth a try.
Definitely. And it's free for plus. Don't miss out on it. Now we're gonna move on to the next subject. Or I guess topic. Alright, we're back in this thing. Alright, the next subject, my friends, is Hitman ideals. And I want you guys to leave a like on the video, please. I would much appreciate that, and check my boy's channels out. Fonz's channel is not really gaming channel, but he sings like a boss. Support him in his endeavors. More to you. But the next thing is Hitman ideas. Fonz, you might not know about the Hitman game. You might not have been following it. But Hitman is going to come out episodically. Level by level. It's not going to come out like a full natural game like it's normally, like normal, So, with that being said, I think that's going to hurt it in many sense. You know what I mean? But first, I want to hear you. Like, are you interested in Hitman and what they're doing?
Yeah, if they can do it right, I'm interested. If they can do it right, because with this whole episodic thing, this seems like it's going to be somewhat new in gaming, for 2016 and 17, whatever. Because with the whole Final Fantasy 7 idea, that's going to be episodic. So, but only some games can be like this. I don't want every game to be like that. Like Hitman, I wish it wasn't like that. Like that's not a type of game that it should be like that. Because Hitman, I'm not saying it's not big of a game, but I never played a Hitman game that was actually open world. If it was an open world game, then that's different. But it's not. It's not really open world. I played the beta. I played the beta, all last night. So I played about like 4 or 5 hours. Get a chance to feel it, the gameplay, feel it a little bit.
Hold on, you played the Hitman beta?
Yeah, the Hitman beta is free. They need to work on some stuff before they release this game. Like, I mean, it's a lot to work on. I know it's a beta, but usually betas are, actually. Some things are done. Like, okay, all right, it could be a playable, but that game is not. It's playable, but you will be upset on some things that happen in that game. Like some jitters here and there. But I'm not talking about no minor jitters. You know what I'm saying it's sometimes it's terrible, but for some reason I still kept playing it. Like it was something about the game that just kept me there. But as far as like how the mission's gonna be and how everything's gonna be, I'm not sure, but it could be worth a try. Wow, I got 0 deaths. Oh.
Let me say this about Hitman. I think what it's gonna be missing day one is something of a multiplayer sense. Like the games that have multiplayer keeps you coming back, and it makes you It makes you tell your friends about it, like so you can play with them. I think with Hitman, what they're doing is fine, but this is what I mean about a multiplayer sense. Not only leaderboard stuff. I'm talking about a game mode, and it could just be one type of game mode. It could actually two types of game modes. It'll be a Hitman assassination, and then it could be called a Hitman. I guess that's all you could call it. Hitmen. Right, the online portion of it.
Remember, I said, "Come on, you just wanted me to say that, didn't you?"
Well, I wanted you to get to it and comment on it, but we're getting to it now. Hitmen.
Good.
Okay, look, Fresh in our last talk about this off Mike, he was saying I was saying a multiplayer feature of it, and Fresh gave the wording Hitmen. Wouldn't that be cool? So cool, like how GTA Online is and Metal Gear Online is. Now, Uncharted 4 Online is not really called Uncharted 4 Online; it's just multiplayer for Uncharted 4. But getting off of that, Hitmen, the online. What you making that sound for? Let me say this.
Because you did. I forgot you did ask me what my ideas, you know, about that. Like, listen, the only problem with that game is if they had vehicles, then it'd be better. And I can tell you why. Like you said, with the Hitman thing, like I wanna, you know, pull up to the scene and, you know, have all the people that's online have a black van. Like we pull up to the mission and they jump out the car with they silencers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like have that scene where it's like we about to go assassinate some people. Like they go up on rooftops. Like everybody select their location on where they want to go. Like, all right, like I'm gonna take this area. All right, you know, Raw, you go over there and you snipe and get him from that area just in case he start running. Like things like that.
Yes.
That should be the fun factor in games. Like seriously, there is always should be a fun factor, and that's what sells the game. It shouldn't just be, you know, just something simple. It has to be a very big thing that catches everyone's eye. Like, oh, this is different. I'm gonna stick with this. Not just the regular generic gameplay. You know what I'm saying? So with Hitman is not actually something very big like that as far as like people, you know, remember. So for them, everybody to remember, you know, and newcomers and stuff like that, they should do something different this time.
Let me say this about Hitman idea. Like, it could be called Hitman Team and Hitman Free For All. And the Hitman Free For All would basically sound like what it sounds like. It'll be basically you and another hitman go into a space, open zone space, and just go against each other in that sense. Like, not go against each other, like kill each other, but you'll basically have one target, and whoever can kill him first, and the target could be covered in bodyguards. You know what I'm saying? The target could be covered in bodyguards, so it will discourage you just running up to the target to kill him. Now, there's moments when he probably exposes himself for a second, and who can kill that dude in that 1 second will have that in the kill feed, like, I'm a beast, you know, that moment. But like I said, like I said, you know, I think that would be so cool to have a multiplayer. Yeah, they body do fling in the air. But I think that would be so cool for Hitman to adopt, like a 2v1 type game mode, or even a 1v1 where, look, in this scenario, you only have one life, so if you get killed by a guard, game over, time starts clicking down, and if you miss your chance to kill the target, you'll win the match, but you won't get that bonus point. And with the Hitman team, like Fresh was suggesting, you know, you'll basically have one target and two hitmen work together to kill the target, and I think that would be just so cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think they need some. They need to definitely try out some Metal Gear elements within that game too, because that's a stealth game as well. If they put at least, you know, some of that in there. Because, you know, Metal Gear, they do stuff, you know, very good, very well. So I think Hitman could learn something, you know, from Metal Gear Solid. I think they should look into that. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And right in the
game modes too.
I wanted to say this right in the comment section. Are you guys enjoying the open beta for Hitman? You did say it's an open beta, right?
Yeah, it's open beta free. Anybody you gotta have plus for it though. So those who don't have plus, sorry, you can always get a 3 month. That's the cheapest one, $18, and yeah, you can put it in there. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It's very good, bro. I think you're gonna enjoy that game. You might enjoy it. It's very good. I enjoyed it.
All right, cool. All right, look.
You know, we complain, but I wouldn't say complain, but we look out for details. Let's put it like that. There's gonna be some things you can be like, oh, why that's like this, but it's okay, and you can be like, oh, it's okay, it's all right. The gameplay makes up for it. Gameplay is very good.
That's awesome to hear. That's awesome to hear. I got to try that beta out, and you guys listening in, mess with that beta if you hadn't. But yeah, right in the comment section. Also, let me know what's your ideas for the Hitman to be. Are you satisfied with what they're telling us about it? I would love to hear about it. Now we're gonna move into our next subject, but before we do that, let's do the segment that we always do on Gamin Talk, and that is what you're playing. All right, Fresh, what you playing?
What am I playing? Well, besides Uncharted 4 beta, I'm playing that Witcher 3.
Oh!
Yeah.
Let me say this about Witcher 3. Let me say this. I'm gonna get back on there. It's just that, man, dog, that game requires no other game. See, those dudes running to get the division. Look, my hat tip off to you. You know, God bless. You know, get that game and enjoy it. But son, we got games like The Witcher 3 and other things that we haven't even completed yet, and y'all already talking about you gotta slow down sometimes, Fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta beat look, especially not day one. But yeah, for real, y'all. Slow down and beat the games you have. Like, some people don't have not one game. You know what I'm saying? And they just appreciative on little they get. We gotta be appreciative on the little we get and what we have already. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. I want y'all to enjoy what you're playing and have a good time doing so. And what we're doing right now is playing the Uncharted 4 open beta. And I also just want to remind folk that that's the open beta. You don't need to be no elitist on the PlayStation forums. I say forums. I can't say forum right for nothing to save my life. But I said it. Can't take it back. Let's just go with it. The forums. You know, you just need PlayStation Plus and a love for good games. That's all you need. So we playing this and we're enjoying it. And let me say this. It's nice. Gameplay is so crisp and smooth, like you don't even know. It feels like something out of an E3 presentation. You know what I mean? That's how crisp and smooth it feels. It's like Uncharted 4 with the jump ability. I say Uncharted 4 like you know what I meant. The Last of Us. The Last of Us with the jump ability. That's what I meant.
Yeah, more freedom. More freedom. Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this game, man. I can't get off of it. This is my multiplayer. This is definitely my multiplayer, man. Hey, I'm a beast, man. I'm sorry, like I'm definitely a beast, bro. Like,
let me say this. I was sleeping on that match because I was over here trying to make sure the editing was on point. I literally had to stop mid-match, but I was on the lead. I was on the top last match, so you know what I mean.
No deaths.
It's good. It's good. And Fonz, let me say this. Fonz, you've been playing the beta too. I want to hear your opinion on it so far. And Fonz loves third person shooters. All right, he loves third-person shooters. So if you have a itch for something good that's coming out in May, it used to was going to come out in April, but now the date is May 15th, Fresh, or is it May
10th?
May 10th. It's coming out May 10th. So enjoy the beta now, and yeah, write in the comment section what are you guys playing. We're gonna move on to our last subject slash topic. It is Phil Spencer is an OG. Phil Spencer is an OG. Now, for people who don't understand and don't know why I'm saying this, we'll get into that. But first, like I said before, if you're here watching us on the telly or on your iPhone or tablets, please leave a like. Drop that like. If we can get to a whopping 2, I will be so thankful. And yes, a whopping 2 likes, I'll be so thankful. You guys are amazing at the end of the day, and I appreciate you guys enjoying our content on this channel, as well as check out my boy's channel. Fonz and Fresh's channel will be in the description below. But let's go on and move on with Phil Spencer is a G. Let's tell the people first while we say that, Fresh. Phil Spencer, Phil McCracken, Phil Spencer, he basically said Uncharted 4 is going to be a good game while being on the Xbox platform. Like, look, if you're a gamer, you're going to recognize good games. You're going to look at a good game and you're going to admit it. You're not going to be like, oh no, it's on another platform, so let's not worry about it. No, you're not going to be that way. And I think that is so classic, so classy of him, you know what I mean? So classy of him to do that, to do something like that, and to tell his fan base that Uncharted 4 is going to be a good game. I really dig that, and I really appreciate that. The other thing that makes him an OG is that dude Phil Spencer. He got some great plans for his console. All right, he got some he got some good plans for the Xbox. But first, before we get into that, tell the people what you think of him being on Xbox. Oh my goodness, being on Xbox, saying that Uncharted 4 is going to be a good game.
How I think about that, I think that's being humble. He's giving his opponent, you know, some attention, you know.
Admit defeat. I'm just playing. Let me stop. Oh, no, don't say yeah. No, I'm playing, y'all.
No, I know it's a joke, but even though he's losing, he's still giving them some credit, and that's very humble, you know, to be, you know, even though you know your console is losing. That's a huge deal for me, because it's like, all right. Because Phil Spencer, I was kind of a little skeptical, but I was on the edge about, like, all right, well, I don't know what type of person he is, you know, running an Xbox. He might be one of those cocky people, but he, like, not one time has he, you know, made me think different. Of like, oh no, he say too much, or he ain't humble in it, as far as like he just running his mouth. Like, no, Phil Spencer was never like that. He was always a cool guy, you know, running Xbox since he came, you know, to it, like, you know, running business. I think that's a very good thing. I'm gonna tell you another reason why that's good, because maybe he learning. You know, he learning, because PlayStation been around way before Xbox. I understand. That's what people gotta understand already. Like, PlayStation been in the game since the 90s. You know, like 90. I think PlayStation 1 came out like 90, 96, 97. So you gotta understand. PlayStation, of course, is going to be ahead of it. Xbox didn't come into this rat race until 2002. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, PlayStation, the state they're at right now, it would make sense. And he's learning. And that's a good thing. I'm glad he's learning, so somebody else can, you know, be like, all right, I see what they're doing, but we're gonna do something better. I want to see that. I want to see Xbox do better. I do.
Yeah. No.
That's, you know, better for us gamers. I mean, it's good. It's good that he's looking at Uncharted, and I hope he enjoy it.
And I hope many of the players on the Xbox give Uncharted a try, because seriously, like, I'm not being no fanboy or nothing. I'm just admitting what it is. Like, this game already is impressive. So you can only imagine how the final game is going to be, with more maps and new characters and more reasons to play. Like, seriously. This is going to be one of those games you can't sleep on. It's going to sell consoles, because a lot of people in May Look. It's May, June. So after Uncharted, No Man's Sky comes out.
Yep.
It's back-to-back heavy hitters on PlayStation 4. That's why you get a PS4. That's the reason. The heavy hitters are real right now, and like you really are satisfied.
I was trying to get you. Yeah.
Sad.
yeah.
And just for context, since this is a beta, this is not full release game. They're gonna have some bugs, so I just like felt through a wall. Like it's not perfect right now. It's not gonna be perfect until like I fell through a wall again and died. But it's a beta, so you guys, you know what I mean, who's looking at this probably saying, "What the heck is going on?" But no, just know that. Just know that.
It's pretty good. You could customize which game is it? But Phil Spencer, he's a good dude. I don't know why people saying, "Oh, he should be fired." That's the last thing you want to do. The head person who's running it, that's already doing good for the system, you know, for the business and making money. Like this, they doing the best. He's doing the best he can. You know what I'm saying? You want him to be fired? We want Don Magic to be back? I know y'all want that.
Don Magic was an OG too. No!
Don Magic. I'm just saying. Y'all want Don Magic back. That's cool too. He's a good dude.
You gonna have to R1, yeah. Or if you're used to me saying right bumper. And also, Fonz, use the touchpad to summon like your perks. Yeah, I've been putting snipers down. It's been nice. Another thing, yeah, you can put snipers down. It's when you learn the how the buttons talk and stuff. Then you're gonna know from the get-go how to do things. Like if you click the touchpad now, you can kind of know that little cross is a sniper, and that thing down under look like a care package, and then that thing above is like the El Dorado kind of. Well, maybe you're different. Maybe you have a different. I don't know. Fresh. Click the touchpad and see if you can see a sniper scope.
Yeah, that's what I got. I just put them out.
All right.
That's important. It's important to put those out. You can actually build a. What I do is like, oh.
Can you like put more than one down?
I mean, judging this as the beta, I'm not sure. Like, only right now, only one. But when you do put one out, it's like I think you could put one sniper out and one somebody who's brutal. Brutal meaning somebody who run after people and, you know, snap their head and stuff like that. Who do close quarter combat and shoot at them. That's brutal. And the sniper is far away. But I think you can. Oh, see that? They're getting kills. My sniper is getting kills, but I'm not even over there. It's like when I put the sniper out, it tells me who's over there. Like she'll talk to me. Like she'll say if she can't find anybody, she say I can't find the target. Like I'll be like, all right, nobody's not over there, so I'm guessing they're over here. So it's actually convenient for you to know where everybody is without even looking on the map. You know? Oh, watch out. Oh, y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just saw that El Dorado drop and I was listening to you too. But I don't want to leave the topic just right now. You know, this is Gaming Talk, so we're playing a game and talking. And this is the episode 6S, part of the first episode of the the S-Series. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was that on the same lines of Phil being a G, is the dude is doing some weird things with Xbox. He's gonna basically turn Xbox into like a PC. And I think that's going to be actually, look, I'm gonna make a video about this and how the PC will fare and if the Xbox does this, but I think that's a good idea. Fresh, you kind of was on the opposite side of this thought of it being a good idea. If you was able to upgrade your Xbox One, literally have Xbox One for the rest of the generation, and then in the next generation still have the same console. If you was able to have just one console and just be able to just upgrade it, like 4K is not a normal. All right, now we can you know.
Yeah. In terms, I mean, I'm sorry, it's a horrible idea because, and I thought about the other side, and I was thinking, like, you know, most of us gamers, there's not that many PC gamers out there, bro. Like, it's not more than consoles, actually. Not really. Not at all. So, when you are as a customer, like say if, you know, your family wanted to pick something up for you, or if you just wanted to pick a console up, and it's your first time getting a next generation console, whatever the time is, you know, just getting your first console. You don't want to have to think. You don't want your family to have to think, alright, you know, once I get this console, I'm gonna have to upgrade it. I want to see, like, there's so much that you have to think about as far as now you gotta upgrade your console. But you don't have to, but you're gonna be like why do I have to upgrade it? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? Like, it's kind of like buying an iPhone every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you skip. I mean, sometimes you don't, but you normally will want the best thing. But as far as phones, you know, it's all the same technology. It's the same stuff with like many features here and there. But that doesn't matter like that. But as far as video games, you know, upgrade, you know, graphics and things like that's a big deal.
Let me say this.
You have to think as you buying a product.
Let me say this. If they made it,
is your console.
Let me say this. Consoles are the next step from PC, and I know I might get a lot of hate for that in the comment section from the PC elitists, but consoles are the next step from PC. Why I say that is because, okay, remember back in the day when phones used to be this big backpack sort of thing? All right, like, there wasn't people back then saying, all right, you got to have the biggest thing, the most complex thing, and most people don't understand it. We got to, it wasn't that. It was, we got to make this more simpler. We got to make this more smaller, more accessible. That was the thing scientists and inventors was going forth with. They were saying that versus let's keep it complex, big, and crazy. No, they were saying let's make it more simpler. And then you got smart cars that drive themselves. You get what I mean? The reason I say console is the next step to PC is because it's more simpler. Console is more simple versus PC when you got to upgrade and worry about drivers and all this other stuff. And with the PC, with the console, you just set it up, hook it up, and you're in the game. Like, PCs, I used to joke around, like, you work on PCs. PC is for work. And of course you can play games on it and stuff like that, but PCs, at the end of the day, are where games get created on. And where us gamers can probably, you know, email each other and all that other stuff. But then phones are taking that, you know, road too. So, like I said, more stuff is moving away from PC. The stuff that PC used to only was able to do, phones are doing now.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, it was getting intense. I was trying to help Fresh make sure he wasn't dying. Because you see him, Fresh, right? Right up there?
Yeah, I see him. He right there.
Oh, you can mark him. You can mark him.
Yeah, mark him. Oh, that's
good. Yeah, with the left analog stick. But going back to what I was saying, I just want to finish it and let you go. Like, console is the next step from PC because it's simpler. And if you had an option to upgrade your PC to get the graphics you desire, like a oh snap,
oh,
look at this dude, look at this girl.
What? What's that?
Ouch! 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 I know, dude. And you heard Elena? She was like, Nate got nothing on me. That's your husband, girl. Don't be saying that. Well, it's a good thing you can't fight Elena with Nate. That would just be messed up. I'm glad they separated into villains and heroes, you know? Because that'd be just so messed up if you could fight Nate with Elena.
Wait. Elena's with the villains?
No. I'm just saying that'd be messed up if they did it to where you could use any character to fight. Yeah, that'd be messed up. That'd be literally some Mrs. and Mr. Smith type stuff, you know?
What? They know how to keep it like good?
I think so. Hey, Fresh, I'm down over here.
Watch out. Come here.
Oh no, I'm getting healed. Elena's picking up Elena.
What? Fake?
Yeah, they should fix that. They should, like you know how Rainbow Six does it so good. You can only have one character. You can only have one character, and you can't pick the same characters. You can't pick the same characters.
Okay. Only problem is, doesn't matter. I don't care if they white or black. They probably got the same character set up. Like they probably look the same, but different colors.
Oh, you think
the same face? Well, you know why? Because Rainbow Six, they got masks on. You can't tell if everybody look the same or not.
Oh, you saying you like this? How they doing it on Uncharted? Or are you agreeing with me? Like they should, you shouldn't have two Elenas.
I'm agreeing with you, but Rainbow Six know how to cover it up. Like they ain't slick. I know everybody look the same in that game. They just got masks on. That's how they know how to pull it off.
Now, you know what's going to do it on Uncharted 4? You know what's going to do it? This was going to do it. Like, the fact that you can change how you look. You know what I mean? Like hats and I even think you can like put masks on and such like that. I think that's gonna do it on Uncharted 4.
That's definitely a fun factor.
Yeah, that's gonna be it because you're gonna have two Elenas that don't even look at the same. So that's what I think is gonna end up happening.
My dude got a tuxedo on with some shades on, like he about to step on a red carpet. Seriously, and I'm shooting people like it's good. Like the physics on this game, you see what I'm talking about when I say physics? See how it's like your shirt flapping and all that? Like I'm talking about that. Like that's good. Physics on this game is good. And then like when you slide over a dresser, you slide over a dresser and like you knock the vases over with your foot. Man, I know I seen that. Thanks, appreciate it. You deserve a Purple Heart for that.
Let me say this: that ability I just dropped, letting you see people through the wall, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got that gen, the thing that make you run fast.
Oh, okay. Is that cool?
Yeah. You make you run fast like on fire. Actually, I'm about to use it. Pretty good.
Let me say this about the I guess you could say. And before we get off that, I want to conclude the Xbox Phil Spencer being an OG. I just want to tell the folk right in the comment section, if you had a console that can upgrade, it's already simple, so they made upgrading it even more simple. I think that'd be cool. Instead of keep buying a new console, it'll just be that way, you know. Upgrade your console by hooking up a big fat block to it to make it more stronger.
Yeah, look at because he shared an interesting part too. Review Tech USA. He made a good point on like what I was talking about. Like it's a bad idea. And when I saw his opinion, when I heard his opinion, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. I knew it was a bad idea, but I didn't have that reason that to show for it. But I shouldn't have picked it up. Shouldn't have tried. One of my friends, he was telling me he made a video. He was saying he quit PC gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, I'm like, why you make that video? He was like the way he explained it, he had legitimate reasons. Like he didn't.
What was the reason?
He said he was tired. He was tired.
Tired of what?
He couldn't enjoy gaming like he wanted to. Like you say, you know how with the UI and things like that, you gotta boot everything up and like it's so much to do with PC, man. Like and graphics. He was telling me like he has a high end, like seriously. Like he was saying like it doesn't, even though the graphics might be a little bit, smoother on PC, here and there, like you ain't got no problems with frame rates. He said, but it's not worth it. Just like I was saying, like when I was talking about that before to you, Ro, when I was saying like PC got good graphics, but graphics not that good to the point where I need to spend thousands of dollars on it.
Now, look,
That good to the,
Fresh.
what?
Why we get new games? I mean, why we get why we get new games? Why we get new consoles?
Why we get new consoles?
Yeah, why we get new games? Why we get new consoles?
You know why?
For the better experience. Yeah.
Yeah, better. I'm not even say better graphics. I would say a better experience. Yeah.
And graphics sometimes include with that.
Yeah.
And I would say y'all should move out the way so y'all won't get shot up.
I thought I was a goner. There you go. I'm slow now.
That's clean.
That's cool.
So yeah, going back to what I was saying, we buy new consoles, aka new hardware, to get better experiences, so developers can make new stuff that we never seen before. Because a game like, for instance, No Man's Sky, I don't think that game can be made on last gen. You know what I mean? I think the PS4, and look, to be honest, it started as a PS4 exclusive, and then it moved to PC. That's why it's coming on PS4 first. And they made it on the console. They didn't like, how other games do it. They didn't like, made the game on PC and then made it for PC with PC specs in mind. They made it with PS4 specs in mind. So we buy these new consoles for new experiences, and graphics and frame rate increases come with it. If everyone had the same thing, and that's why exclusives look better. Developers, it'll be easy for them to make stuff on. And my whole thing with if it literally was as simple as, here's a block that you hook onto your not even a small block that you hook on the back of it. What it'll do is it'll be a second processing unit, or it'll be via USB cable, a second block. And I know that is inconvenient. That's inconvenient, but you don't have to do it. See, the beautiful thing about PC in that sense is you don't have to upgrade. If you want better graphics and frame rate, you could. You don't have to. Now, there is some games that are coming out now that require you upgrade. And the same thing with iPhones and tablets and stuff like that. If a new product comes out and something gets built from the ground up on that product, of course, they're going to require you to upgrade. Like, hey, you can't play this on your old phone because it won't run right. You could run it, but it won't run right. You could run it. That's the whole thing with forcing PC gamers and also tablet gamers or whatever to upgrade. They're like, I don't know, it just kicked us out. All right, let's rejoin each other. Join me.
No, try buying one.
I can't do nothing. It's not even showing up. So we're not gonna.
Right. I don't know what's going on.
We're not gonna worry about it. Join me. Press options and friends and join me. But going back to what I was saying, if it was a way to just upgrade your console instead of keep buying a new one every generation, we can stay with the times. And if you don't want to upgrade, you don't need to upgrade. If you don't want to upgrade,
you know what? If they did come out with a new console and they had that, say if this is the last console that we have that we don't do that, and the next console we start building our own console. Like, what if it be cheap? The first box, that's how they gonna do it with price, because they get us all the time. They know how to swindle people and getting in the box. So what you do is you buy the console, and they tell you how much the parts cost that come with it, and it all adds up to maybe $400 or $500 or maybe $600. That's how they would quote unquote get their customers.
right?
As far as all right, well, if the box is cheap. If they say the box is $100, PS5 will be $100, but the extendable pieces that come with it, $50 for every piece. That upgrades your console, even stronger. you know, $50, you know, per piece. That's something right there that they could do. So by the time, you know, a year hit, you probably maybe spend about $500 on your console, but in an expanse of time, in a certain amount of time you've done it. But
Now
it don't
remember,
seem like it that you spend it, but on time to time you did.
now,
To your console.
now remember, my whole thing is becoming more simple. The most simple thing would be release the console at 400, and then next year release a part that hooks up to your console that's 100, and then the next year again. Say if you want to continue bettering your graphics, you can keep on giving us 100 for this piece that adds to. And now what happens to the old piece? The old piece that you already bought. You can just take the chip out of it and add another chip, or something as far as you can sell that to GameStop or whatever. You can sell that piece to GameStop and buy yourself the newer version of it. And I think that'd be cool.
That defeats the purpose of a console, though. Like, if you want to do that, buy a PC.
No, listen.
But yeah, listen, look, let me say this.
Go ahead.
You gotta understand. We got people who play. We got billions of people playing Disney Infinity. Like, we got millions of them. Like, you gotta understand. There's quite a lot of people, like kids, who has, you know, a PS4, and like, I'm pretty sure that nobody want to do that. When somebody buy a console, they don't want to spend extra. They don't want to have to think. People just want something simple. Like, that's good that you saying like that upgradable thing. That's pretty good. Like, that's a great idea as far as, you know, if you want graphics like that on your console, 4K and all that. Yeah, that sounds beast. But you gotta think of the consumer. You gotta think of, are they parents going to actually buy that piece for their child? And I know it's optional, but at the same time, just like how these phones work sometimes, like for some reason, they know how to get your money. They know how to make it mess up, or say, oh, this content is too old, and it start jittering, it start acting up a little bit, and then I gotta upgrade. It seems like I need to upgrade like everybody else, because mine acting a little funny. I'm saying, you don't want to have to feel like that. Then you're gonna be like, I don't want to game anymore. It's too much right now.
All right, wait. Let me make sure we're capturing this. Hold on, guys. Okay, we're back in this. You left off saying I don't think gamers will want to upgrade their console. They want to buy it once and not think about it. And I agree with you. I think most gamers just want to buy their console and not worry about it. And you gotta understand what I'm trying to say. It won't be as complicated as PC is. Like with PC, you have to open parts and all that stuff. It won't be as complex as that. Is what I'm trying to get you to understand. It literally, like, here you go. You know how the external hard drive is?
Yeah, that's why I said
that's what I mean.
Like that.
That's what I mean.
That's why I said that is kind of a good idea. Like, I see what you're saying now. It's like, you don't got to do all this stuff. You don't got to work like it's a car or something like that. It's something simple. That's good. And it, like, you know, uploads everything, high speeds on your PS4. That's a good idea when it comes to that. But as far as, like, you know, that, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta upgrade it. That's like PS4. If they did what PC doing, it would be a more convenient way. I see what you're saying. It'd be more simple. You wouldn't have to have no screwdriver or nothing like that. All you gotta do is probably take that top piece off where you put the hard drive at. It's probably somewhere right there. You just put it on there. Hey, 60 frames, 4K. That's good. But how often is that? How often?
How often would you want to do it?
Yeah. How often?
It would definitely be. It would definitely be like once a year, if not every once a year will be my max limit to, like, say here's an external hard drive. Here's an external hard drive that like external hard drive like piece that you add to your console, and it gives you the graphics you desire. It gives you the graphics you desire, and it gives you the frame rate you desire.
Okay. All right. So even though we have good graphics already, and we have to pay online, so you telling me you would want to spend more money?
Like,
You want it on top of we already got spend $50, a year online, like for the average person. Like they spend 50, what they like. Oh, I want to spend $50 online a year, and on top of the games and stuff like that, the console already 400. We already giving them a ton of our money. So you telling me you would want to spend more money on top of that online? Because if that's the case,
it's optional though, Fresh. That's
PC.
you right. You shouldn't have to pay online, and
PC don't play online, so
right.
if
But
they get simulators from PC, they would have to make that move to stop.
let me
play online.
You're right, and I would say the online features like Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus should become literally like literally like something that's just advertising their deals. Like, hey, buy PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live for their deals instead of the mandatory playing online always. And my whole thing is
Amazon Prime doing it. Like I like how they doing it. Like you spend $99 and whatever you buy that whole year, you get a lot of things for a discount. Like I like how they doing that. That's pretty good. That's a very good deal.
And I yeah.
PlayStation Prime, that'd be pretty cool.
PlayStation Prime.
And you get games half off for the whole year. Like all AAA titles, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, man.
$9 a year? Wait, come on, man. Like seriously, that'd be good.
That would. And going back to the convenience thing, remember, like I said, it'll just literally be like an extension hard drive, external hard drive that you can just, opt into buying optionally, because you don't like some people might not want to play Uncharted 4 at 4K and 60 frames per second. Actually, it's 60 frames always, and I can see developers saying we're capping this game at only 30 frames, so it could be fair. If someone with a better rig can't play this game at 60, or like this single player will only be uncapped to whatever your hardware can do. If you have an external hard drive that can do it. And remember, it'll just be releasing in segments of, hey, this hard drive gives you 4K. There's never gonna, now they probably have another business or another company say, hey, we're gonna give you our you know how 4K televisions, there's a bunch of 4K televisions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they'll have companies saying, hey, buy our external hard drive.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I'm on board with it if they can do it right.
Yeah, definitely, if they could do it right.
And if it's not this console that does it, if they considering that, because I heard PlayStation they wanted to do that too. That's the funny part with these companies. As soon as somebody says something, they're like, oh yeah, we might do the same thing. But who knows what we see? We might see, in a couple years from now, or maybe this year they might announce something. So like, what I think is it might not happen on this console. If they do it, it's definitely on the next console. They're gonna have something like that where you can like upgrade it, because look at the graphics now for PlayStation 4, and we're not even halfway through its cycle yet. So I can't imagine what we're going to see as far as graphics, and maybe one game might be running in 4K on PS4. Maybe it's a developer out there that's gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna try to like see if PS4 could do it. We're gonna see something. We're gonna try something, and maybe they might find some power in the PS4, and maybe all along they had it, because they still figuring out how strong this console is.
Yeah.
To speak. So
Yeah.
let's see what they can do, first as far as at this generation right now, because we at a peak where it's like graphics are now looking like CGI trailers. So it's like let's see right now. We got games right now that look like CGI.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
honestly. So
Yeah.
like Metal Gear Solid. I didn't know that the way that trailer is, that's how the gameplay is. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. So
Yeah.
we're at a time and place as in games right now where we hitting that evolution is we're at the next step.
We're at the next step, but a further step, which is the next step, the literal next step would be 4K 60. That's the next step, and past that would be 5K, 8K, whatever. But like I said, in the comment section, right in there, like, is Microsoft on the right track? Thinking like forward thinking with their system and in making it in that sense. That's what Phil Spencer is saying with Xbox. One, it's going to be the last Xbox you buy, and everything else that upgrades it will be components to make it stronger. Like the only thing PC gamers have over us that they say over us is you're able to play your games online for free, and we got better graphics and frame rate. They can't really say we got better games because Uncharted 4 and Halo 5 and Gears, there's stuff that's not on PC, and even Red Dead Redemption. So they only got one thing over us, and those are two things if you want to consider the graphics as one, graphics including frame rates and resolution, and then the other one is playing online. Write in the comment section if you think Microsoft is forward thinking with consoles, with their console, and into making it a console that you buy once that you just keep on playing. I think so. Fresh doesn't believe so, but I would love to hear what you guys are thinking, because I really think that's going to change the landscape and probably hurt PC a lot, but not kill PC. But I will make a video on that. But please, stay tuned for more episodes. This is Gaming Episode 6S, the first episode of the 6 series. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. But Fresh, our sign-offs, please.
PrinceThaGamer with an A, not an E. Prince, T-H-A, Gamer. And I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We will be there on 7.
Yep. 7. We'll do that 7 for you guys, and I hope y'all stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
And this has been Raw, coming at you raw. Remember, leave a like. We very much appreciate those. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Pieces.
Deuces.
Oh, you said that.